Now, Germany has begun imposing tighter controls at all of the country's borders. The government says the measures will help tackle illegal migration and protect the public from threats such as Islamist extremism. The controls within what is normally a wide area of free movement, the European Schengen zone, will initially last for 6 months.
Germany's recent choice to reintroduce border controls at all land borders marks a significant shift in its immigration policy, raising important questions about the country's future. With the rising number of immigrants seeking asylum and increasing public concern about safety, what prompted this decision? As the government grapples with political pressures from right-wing parties and the fear of growing irregular migration, many wonder how this will impact everyday life for residents, trade, and the overall treatment of migrants. Could these measures lead to better security, or might they create more problems than they solve? How will Germany balance its responsibilities to provide refuge with the need for enhanced border security? Well, to know all about this, you have to stay tuned till the end. Germany has long been a favored destination for migrants and asylum seekers in Europe, drawing individuals from various parts of the globe. In 2022, the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees, or BAMF, reported that around 244,000 people applied for asylum in the country. This number marked a notable rise from 190,000 applications in 2021, highlighting an ongoing trend that started during the European migrant crisis in 2015. That year saw an unprecedented influx, with more than 1.3 million people seeking refuge in Germany, mainly fleeing conflicts in Syria, Afghanistan, and several African nations. As we moved into 2023, the situation has continued to evolve, with irregular migration rising sharply. In just the first half of this year, over 37,000 individuals entered Germany without valid documentation, representing a staggering 64% increase compared to the same period last year. This alarming trend is linked to various factors, including worsening conditions in migrants' home countries and what many perceive as a lack of control over immigration policies in Germany. In the 2021 federal elections, the AfD secured 10.3% of the vote, and in recent regional elections, particularly in states like Saxony and Brandenburg, their support has increased to over 30%. This increase indicates that many citizens are gravitating toward the party's tough stance on immigration issues. Chancellor Olaf Scholz is under pressure to respond effectively to these political changes. His coalition government, which includes the Social Democrats, the Greens, and the Free Democrats, has found it challenging to maintain a united front on immigration policies. Different opinions on how to tackle the issue have caused tensions within the coalition. To regain control of the narrative around immigration and counteract the AfD's growing influence, Scholz has decided to implement stricter border controls. Interior Minister Nancy Faeser announced that the new border controls would be enacted for an initial 6-month period to strengthen national security and manage irregular migration more effectively. The measures will include systematic checks at all land borders, particularly with neighboring countries such as Austria, Poland, and the Czech Republic. In the past year, temporary border checks have already been implemented at specific borders, leading to the denial of entry to approximately 30,000 irregular migrants. The German government contends that these measures are essential for safeguarding national security. However, enforcing consistent border checks across Germany's 3,757-kilometer land borders, shared with 9 countries, poses significant logistical challenges. Reintroducing border controls raises several legal and constitutional questions, particularly concerning European Union laws that govern the Schengen area, which allows free movement among its 26 member countries. Typically, individuals can move freely within the zone, but exceptional measures are permitted in extraordinary circumstances that threaten public order or internal security. the German government will need to justify these border controls as necessary for national security, as they will set a precedent for other EU member states considering similar measures. Countries such as France and Italy have implemented temporary border checks during crises, and if Germany's measures are upheld, it could lead to a domino effect across Europe. Additionally, there are ongoing discussions regarding the legal ramifications of sending migrants back at the border, especially those seeking asylum. Asylum seekers possess complex legal protections under international law, and expelling them without proper legal processes could lead to significant backlash, including legal challenges. The reinstatement of border controls is expected to have immediate effects on daily life for residents near border areas and commuters who cross borders for work. Many individuals rely on cross-border travel for employment, and increased checks could lead to longer wait times and increased congestion at border crossings. Residents living near the German-Polish border have already voiced mixed feelings about the impending controls. Some welcome the added security, while others worry about the potential inconveniences. Trade is another crucial aspect that could be affected. Germany is one of the EU's largest economies, with exports accounting for 47% of its GDP in 2022. Heightened border controls could impede the smooth flow of goods, leading to delays and increased costs for businesses that depend on just-in-time supply chains. For instance, the German automotive industry relies heavily on cross-border logistics, and any disruptions could significantly impact production and delivery schedules. Public safety remains a paramount concern for the German government, especially in light of recent incidents involving migrants. A recent survey by the Forza Institute found that 68% of Germans support stricter immigration controls, with many associating rising crime rates with increased migration. The perception that immigration poses a threat to public safety has heightened calls for action from both the government and the public. However, critics argue that focusing solely on border controls may not adequately address the root causes of migration or effectively enhance security. Issues such as poverty, lack of opportunity, and political instability in migrants' home countries must be considered in developing a comprehensive migration strategy. Furthermore, social integration efforts for existing migrants require equal attention to foster societal cohesion. Critics argue that these measures may not only fail to address the root causes of migration, but could also lead to human rights violations. Numerous human rights organizations, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, have raised alarms over the potential for increased violations of migrants' rights. Activists warn that heightened border controls could result in vulnerable individuals being turned away without proper assessments of their asylum claims. This is particularly concerning, given that in 2022, Germany received approximately 244,000 asylum applications, with women and children making up a significant portion of those affected. The possibility of these vulnerable groups being stranded at borders raises serious ethical questions. Politically, opposition parties, especially the Left Party and the Greens, have condemned the decision, asserting that it panders to extremist sentiments and undermines Germany's commitment to humanitarian values. The Green Party leader, Ricarda Lang, described the move as dangerous, arguing that it contradicts Germany's responsibility to provide refuge to those in need. This internal dissent underscores the broader ideological battle over how Germany should navigate the challenges of migration. Societally, the announcement has polarized public opinion. A recent survey indicated that about 68% of Germans support stricter immigration controls, with some citizens welcoming the enhanced border security as a necessary response to rising crime. Conversely, others view it as a regression to nationalist policies reminiscent of the early 2000s, leading to heated debates on social media with hashtags like #OpenBorders and #SecureBorders trending, illustrating the sharp divide in public sentiment. Additionally, Germany's decision has potential repercussions for its relationships with EU neighbors, particularly those with open borders. Countries like Austria have expressed concerns that stricter border controls could lead to increased pressure on their immigration systems, resulting in heightened tensions. The EU's response to Germany's actions will be closely monitored, as member states grapple with balancing national security and the values of solidarity and cooperation, particularly in light of the 2022 EU agreement aimed at sharing the responsibility for migrants across member states. As migration continues to be a contentious issue across Europe, Germany's actions may serve as a critical test case for how nations respond to the dual challenges of security and humanity in the years ahead. What are your views on this? Do let us know in the comments section below, and for more such amazing videos, do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.